Alright, hello everyone. How are you? This is Kay. Good to see you. So today is the 14th of April 2024 and this is on Sunday. So I will be doing the weekly forecast on Sundays. So today I will be covering the Forex pairs on my watch list and also gold, WTI, indices and Bitcoin. And also today, I would like to introduce one of the time cycle analysis on USD JPY. So please look forward to that information also. Okay, so I have lots of covers, lots of markets to cover. So let me switch screen and start the live stream, get into topic. So all right, so let me change screen to trading view, and since this is the weekend, I will cover the weekly time frame. And on Mondays, I also do the weekly KTS analysis in much deeper level, not only on the weekly but also on a daily and 4-hour time frames among the KTS Academy and also the GTS graduate Discord group. So if you're interested, please also join, so that you can also deeply learn about how exactly I analyze and select the best pair to take trades. And today also, as I mentioned, I will be introducing the USD JPY time cycles and also Ichimoku original analysis, which is also one of the posts from KTS Academy member. So please also learn from his analysis and also my comment on his analysis. So first, let me start from Euro USD. This market is bearish. Last week, as expected, the market broke the P wave and broke the support level 1.0694. As I mentioned last week, during the week, I was waiting for the breakout of the support and it actually did happen. So now the target is down here on all the way down here, which is just hold on. Yeah, that will be 1.0447. So that's bearish downtrend. However, the price is within the Kumo and Chikou span is still very close to the candles. So overall, it's range. So that means this breakout may not be trustable unless it breaks a Kumo. So I wait for the Kumo breakout and follow downtrend. Or I trade in intraday trade based on the daily or 4-hour time frame follow trends. But Euro USD may not be the best pair because of this reason. So let me check some other pairs. So next is the Euro JPY. Euro JPY is continuously bullish to me because the price has been above the Tenkan Sen and it has been supported by the Tenkan Sen. And the Kumo is up now. Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen is up, and Chikou span above the candles. So this time, the price may be supported by the Tenkan Sen and goes up. So my view is bullish, and it may break the resistance level of 165.37. So to me, it's continuously bullish. That's Euro JPY. And now this candlestick structure is inside bar. And inside the bar is one of the Sakata Goho, which is Japanese candlestick pattern. And this resistance and support on this white bullish candlestick has been including 1, 2, 3 candlesticks so far. So this is called inside bar, engulfing, and waiting for the breakout. And most likely it breaks. So in this case, before the breakout happens, I don't mind entering the trade so that once the breakout really happens, the new trend happens and I can expect bigger reward before the breakout. So Euro JPY is good in that sense to expect the breakout still on the resistance. And the next is Euro CAD. Euro CAD has been range. There is no direction so far. Kumo is flat, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both flat, and the Chikou span is very close to candles. So we have no idea whether the candlestick becomes bullish or bearish this week. I'm still waiting for the breakout of the resistance 1.4781, but so far it's been ranging. So I put the alert above that level, above the resistance, and once the alert triggers, I check the chart and look for buying opportunities. And also in this case, we have to be careful on the fake breakout. Yeah, Euro CAD, most likely I think my feeling is continuously range this week. And next is Euro AUD. Euro AUD is also range because this is within the P wave, also triangle range, and the price is within the Kumo, and last week was the doji on the weekly chart, so there's no trend. But looks like this is in the P wave, so looks like the market is going down to the support of the P wave. So my view is still bearish, but it may take few weeks until it reaches the support of the P wave. So because the momentum here is quite weak, so even if you buy or sell, you may not be able to capture big pips. So Euro AUD also may not be the best pair unless it breaks the P wave towards either direction. And next is Euro Pound. Euro Pound has been ranging also. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, Tenkan Sen flat, and Chikou span is below the candles, so it's bearish momentum. But for the last 4 weeks, it's been ranging, and on the week of the 4th of March, I was waiting for the breakout of the support level of 0.8492, so that once it breaks, the target will be 149 pips down, which is 0.8338, but it didn't happen yet. And so far it's been ranging, so we have no idea when the market breaks the support. It may take a couple weeks, even a couple months, or the price may go back within the Kumo also, which is really unknown. So in this case, I simply monitor, and as I check charts every day, I wait for the breakout of the support and look for the selling opportunity after that. And next is Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc has been bullish for the last few months, but last week was bearish. It was resisted by the previous resistance level 0.9849. So as I mentioned on last week forecast also, I'm still waiting for the breakout of that resistance to be able to buy. But one thing that's good about this market is that it broke the descending trend line bullish on the week of the 26th of February, and ever since it has been bullish. It broke the support level, resistance level of 0.9686, so this is bullish so far. So last week, the market was supported also by the previous resistances. So I think this time the market goes up and retraces last week, then eventually goes bullish. So my view is bullish in this market. But again, the thing is that we never know how many days or weeks it takes for this market to break that resistance. So even if you buy now, it may not be time efficient. Okay, next is Pound USD. Pound USD has been completely ranging also, and last week it retraced. It broke the support levels. So in terms of the price action, it's bearish. However, in terms of Ichimoku, this is range because the Kumo is very tiny and flat, and the Kijun Sen flat, Chikou span is also getting closer to candles. So yeah, last week it broke the support level of 1.2500. So from here, it may test the resistance and goes bearish. So for me, I prefer to wait for the Kumo breakout to be able to sell. So yeah, let's see if that happens this week or not. Okay, so next one is the Pound JPY. The Pound JPY has been bullish so far So this is another good pair to monitor. Oh yeah, so let me mark, let's see, let me mark light blue when I see some potential trade opportunities. So Euro USD, wait for the Kumo breakout, and let's see, Euro JPY is bullish, and Pound JPY is also bullish still because it's above the Tenkan Sen also. And the Kumo has been bullish, so yeah, Pound JPY also, I look for the buying opportunities. However, as you can notice that the market has been resisted by this channel, upper channel, so it may retrace from here. But this is now, this is this ascending P wave between the channel and also Tenkan Sen. And if you compare the angles of the resistance level and also the Tenkan Sen angle is much steeper than the yellow trend line. So this is showing that the buying pressure is bigger than the channel. So that means this week the market may break the channel and continuously bullish. This is one of the ways to read the momentum based on the angles of the Tenkan Sen and the trend line. So I can see that the buying pressure is here. So unless the market breaks the Tenkan Sen, I think the price breaks the yellow trend line and reaches up to 195.29. So if I see buying momentum this week as per KTS, I look for some buying opportunities. Okay, so next one is Pound CAD. Okay, Pound CAD has been completely range, so there's no direction. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, and Chikou span is also very close to candles. And the best scenario is to wait for the break of 1.7339. And however, now I see a little dip over here. So if I see bullish trend in the daily or the 4-hour time frames, I think this market will be good to buy even before the break of that resistance, so that once the break happens, the market goes bullish strongly. So Pound CAD will be good to buy if I see the bullish market. But so far it's range, the Kumo Kijun Sen flat, so that means we never know if it becomes bullish or not this week. It's 50-50 chance in this case. But with that in mind, I monitor the chart continuously. And next is Pound AUD. This market is completely range also. It's in the Y wave. These yellow two lines are called Y wave. It is expanding opposite from the P wave. It's Y wave. And the Kumo is flat, and the Kumo has been really tiny and thin. So this means that the market is losing its momentum. There is no buying or selling momentum here. So there is no trend. It's completely range consolidating. And Kijun Sen is completely flat. Chikou span is also touching. So there is no trend. And in this case, we cannot really expect which way it's going this week. So I don't really read any directions. Simply whichever it goes, I follow. And next is the Pound Swiss franc. Pound Swiss franc has also been bullish. It's above the Tenkan Sen. Kumo is bullish after it twisted. Senko span A is up, and Chikou span above the candles. So, and the price is heading towards the previous resistance, 1.1504. So far, it has been bullish ever since the week of the 1st of January this year. And it's been above the Tenkan Sen, and the Tenkan Sen itself is also bullish. So looks like the market is about to break that resistance. For the last 2 weeks, they have been doji or pin bars, so I can see that there's a strong selling pressure. So the ideal situation in this case is that the market forms ascending P wave like this, where the candlestick becomes smaller, but the lower gets higher and the resistance remains the same. And that will be called ascending P wave structure. So when I start this ascending P wave on a weekly or even on the daily time frame, I think the breakout will happen. And once it breaks, this one also because of that resistance breakout, I think we're going to have a big candlestick and that will be a new uptrend. So that's something that we can wait for on pound Swiss franc. Okay, so next is the USD JPY. USD JPY broke the resistance level of 152 and also 153, and now it's heading towards 154, as I mentioned on last week's Sunday's forecast as well. So far it's bullish, and this is not overbought because of the Kumo thickness being very thick. So this one is not overbought. So technically speaking, it's bullish, buyers are following, and sellers are giving up. So I think this is the new sign that the market goes up continuously. And also the candlestick last week became big, relatively bigger because of this inside bar breakout, inside and doji breakout also. So there's a strong buying pressure at the moment. So I think this week it reaches 154. So that's USD JPY. And later, after I cover all these markets, I will share time cycles on USD JPY. So please look forward to it towards the end of this live stream. And next is USD CAD. This pair was also bullish as it broke also the previous resistance. And I said that USD CAD could be one of the best pairs last week on Sunday, and it happened to be that the market broke, and it broke really strongly because there was no resistances. So I think this week the market reaches 1.3899, so USD CAD also looks very nice to trade. So my analysis remained the same as last week. USD CAD will be one of the good pairs I think to trade. And next is USD Swiss franc. This market also broke the resistance of 0.9113. However, the price is within the Kumo. So this week it may lose some momentum. Or the resistance breakout could be fake also. So now the next resistance level is 0.9242, and until the market reaches that level, I think the market becomes range consolidating or very choppy. So until the market breaks Kumo, USD Swiss franc may not be the best. Okay, next is AUD USD. This market is also within the P wave, and the market has been resisted by the previous resistance level 0.6657, and now looks like it's heading towards the support of the P wave. So it's bearish. Let me put arrow down. So target is now in terms of pips, it's down about 120 to 130 pips, which is enough room to trade. So yeah, I continue to look for selling opportunities. So AUD USD looks good to sell, so I mark this one also. Okay, next is AUD JPY. This market has been bullish also. Just like pound JPY, this market also has been supported by the Tenkan-sen once, twice, and 3 times. So now it's bullish. And Kijun-sen is up also, and Kumo is up. And Kumo is not too thin. Kumo has been thick and big. So this is stably bullish trend. So I think the next target is 102.85, and we have more than 200 pips to take. So that's, I think, one of the good markets to trade, AUD JPY. And next is AUD CAD. This market is completely range, so no trend. Last week, I was waiting for the break of the resistance here, 0.8950, and it did break, but it actually came back below the resistance. And all that was because the price is still within the Kumo. And that's why I say every time when the price is within the Kumo, whether it's a weekly chart or the daily chart or the 4-hour or even the monthly chart, the market becomes very choppy and there are some fake breakouts like this. So you have to be careful. The best option is not to trade when the price is in the Kumo in higher time frames. If you want to trade, then you better lower the risk because any breakouts can be fake within the Kumo in higher time frames. Okay, so next one is AUD Swiss franc. This market is also within the Kumo first of all, so the market can be very choppy and suddenly it may retrace. And there's a resistance level of 0.5992, but it may be a fake breakout, just like what we saw on AUD CAD. So AUD Swiss franc may not be the best pair to trade so far. And CAD JPY has been bullish also as it's above the Tenkan Sen. So the best option I think in this case is to wait for the break, 112.48. And once it does, this pair will be the best because the target is 429 pips above, which is 116.85. So it's really have a big room to trade. Okay, yeah, so next is CAD Swiss franc. This market has been supported by the Kumo and this is ranging. So this doesn't look the best to me to trade. For now, I just monitor and continuously stay away from this market. And finally, on this Forex market, Swiss franc JPY. So Swiss franc JPY has been now range as the price broke the Tenkan Sen on the week of the 4th of March, and last week the Kijun Sen, this Chikou span touch the candles. So that means the price most likely breaks the Kijun Sen and it continues retracing. So if the market breaks a support level of 166.58, this may be also one of the good pairs to trade. And the target will be 439 pips down, which is 162.10. So for now, I wait for the Kijun Sen breakout on the weekly to be able to sell. So that's Swiss franc JPY. So that covered the whole Forex markets on my watch list. So now let me cover gold and WTI. So gold has been quite an interesting situation where there is a pin bar. And as I mentioned last week also, I think I said that the market can reach 2400 and it did last week, but it was sold right after it reached there and now the price dropped down to 2343.86. And that's all because also I mentioned that the Kumo has been too thin. And whenever you see the thin Kumo, this is overbought. So I hope you didn't lose big after hearing my analysis last week. Whenever you see the thin Kumo, the best option is to stay away or wait until the market consolidates. As it consolidates, the Kumo becomes thicker and bigger. And once the market starts to go up, then the Kumo becomes bullish, and that will be the best timing to buy. So far it's been overbought, and last week was a pin bar, so it could retrace to Tenkan Sen or Kijun Sen on the weekly chart. So from here, I think that the market retrace. I have been looking for the buying opportunities last week, but I couldn't find any opportunities because it was retracing on the daily chart. And on the daily chart, it slightly broke the support. So I think my feeling is that it continued to retrace. So gold is not a good timing to buy right now. Okay, next is WTI. WTI crude oil, it broke the Kijun Sen, it broke the Kumo, Senko span A, and Chikou span has been touching the candlesticks. So WTI has been bullish since 11th of December, since the week of the 11th of December, and I think this bullish trend continues. There is now inside bar. Let me just mark the inside bar here. Like I mentioned on one of the Forex pairs, this one is also having inside, and once this inside bar breakout bullish, I think it goes really fast. And for now, I think it reaches 95.07. So my view is bullish on WTI. And fundamentally speaking also, what's happening in the Middle East recently, whenever these surprise or this incident happens globally, the WTI tends to be bold. I mean, the price tends to raise, right? So fundamentally speaking also, I think WTI is bullish. And I think it reaches 95.07 in the short term still. In the long term, yeah, so once it breaks that resistance, there's no clear resistances before, so the price may go up continuously. And this is also, I just noticed that this is the neckline of this W bottom over here. So I think the price goes up, breaks, and retrace, test, and continuously bullish. We can expect that kind of long-term scenario. So far it's bullish to me. So now let me cover indices. So first, let me check US indices, which are Dow Jones and Nasdaq and S&P 500. So for Dow Jones, it's retraced all the way. So after the Tenkan-sen breakout, being Kijun-sen flat, in this case, the target is on the Kijun-sen. So this is not a good timing to buy anymore, but rather it's timing to sell. So now the target is all the way down on 3644. And Nasdaq is still consolidating, and Nasdaq is still bullish because the price is still above the Tenkan-sen. It broke the trend line, but the price above the Tenkan-sen, so still it could bounce or it could consolidate for a while Kijun-sen remains flat. And Kijun-sen will be bullish in 2 weeks. So not this week, but next week, Kijun-sen and Kumo turns bullish. So in 2 weeks, Nasdaq may turn to be bullish. But Dow Jones is not. Dow Jones also turns bullish, Kijun-sen, Kumo bullish. But since it broke the Tenkan-sen, for now, even if the Kijun-sen becomes bullish in 2 weeks, I think the price continues to be down, and it tried to touch that Kijun-sen on the weekly chart. So Nasdaq is good, still above the Tenkan-sen. So, but for now, I think this week will be consolidation. And S&P 500 is also bullish because it's above the Tenkan-sen also, and it's about to break the Tenkan-sen. If it breaks Tenkan-sen, same as Nasdaq, I think the price tries to drop down, tries to touch this Kijun-sen. Okay, next one is Euro stocks. Euro stocks is also bearish. So it was bearish last week, but the price above the Tenkan-sen still. So like I mentioned before, the price touched the Ichimoku price target of V. So in this case, you can see that the V was exactly respected. It didn't reach E, but it touched the V target and now retracing. So for now, I just keep these lines still because it still may reach the E target if it breaks the resistance, if it breaks the V target, but we will see. The market may be supported by the Tenkan Sen and goes up also. So it was bearish last week, but in the long term, it's still bullish above the Tenkan Sen. And next is FTSE 100. FTSE 100 has been bullish also, and it touched the resistance level of 8043 level. So this market is now bullish because the Kumo is up, Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen both up, and the Chikou span above the candlestick. So it's bullish. Especially the breakout of this resistance area was quite strong. This is usually where I say the resistance zone. Like there are multiple wicks, multiple resistances touching in this area. So this is more over like a resistance zone. But after the breakout of that resistance zone on the week of the 18th of March, this was bullish. Last week was a pin bar, so that means there's a strong sellers waiting on that resistance level of 8043. But to me, this is still bullish. Buyers are still dominant over sellers, so I think the price continues to be bullish. And next is CAC France. CAC France is also retracing, but it's above the Tenkan Sen, so it's bullish. Again, if the price breaks Tenkan Sen, the price could go down to Kijun Sen. But so far, it's bullish. Looks like it touched the target of N and retraced last week. Okay, next is German 40. Germany 40 was also bearish last week, but still above the Tenkan Sen, so it may be supported by the Tenkan Sen and goes up, and next time it may reach N target. Or when it breaks N target, I think it goes up to the E target. So yeah, I think the bottom line on these indices are whether it breaks the Tenkan Sen or not on the weekly chart this week. And next is Nifty chart. Nifty chart has been bullish, as I said before. This one was also a great example where the price has been supported by the blue Tenkan Sen multiple times. So now it's all still heading towards 23,000. And this is not overbought because of the Kumo thickness. If the Kumo is too thin, I would say that this was overbought. I would say never buy, because the Kumo has been very thick and big, so far it's bullish. Unless the price breaks Tenkan Sen, it's bullish on Nifty chart. And next is AU 200. Australia 200 still bullish after the breakout of that resistance zone. This red rectangle was the resistance zone. After breakout, it's been bullish again because the price has been supported by the Tenkan Sen. So this time it may bounce on Tenkan Sen and continuously bullish. Alright, and finally, Hang Seng Index. Hang Seng has been now range. It broke the Kijun Sen after the retracement. Tenkan Sen, it broke the Kijun Sen also. So this is completely range. So this week or in the long term, I can't really tell which way it's going. And lastly, Nikkei 225. Japan index has been bullish too. The price is above the Tenkan Sen still, and it has been supported by the Tenkan Sen before. So for now, it's bullish. Okay, so finally, let me cover Bitcoin, BTC USD. Cryptos, BTC USD. In terms of the weekly time frame, it's still bullish because the price has been above the Tenkan Sen still. So same rule applies to the Bitcoin too. So basically this one is really not bearish yet. Last week was bearish, but we can still see that the Senko span is up. Kijun Sen is slightly up now, and the Tenkan Sen is up above the Kijun Sen, and the Chikou span is way above the candlestick. So because Chikou span is very much away from the candles, in that sense, this one is overbought, and I think the price consolidates. But when the market touches either Tenkan Sen, or if it breaks Tenkan Sen, I think it may drop down to the Kijun Sen. But either way, I think the market overall has been bullish. Simply because the Kumo is bullish and Chikou span above candles. Even if the price breaks Tenkan Sen, Chikou span will never touch the candlesticks. So in that sense, it's still bullish to me. Yeah. Okay, so that's BTC USD. Let me double check the monthly chart just in case. I'm just curious what's happening on the monthly chart. Okay, so monthly chart is above the Tenkan Sen, but basically this is consolidating now because Senko span AB, Tenkan Sen, Kijun Sen are all flat, sideways, and this one in the monthly chart showing inside bar. So monthly shows consolidating and weekly shows bullish. Tenkan Sen is still pointing up, so it's bullish. So that's BTC USD analysis. Alright, so now let me remind everyone about the news. What kind of fundamental news we have this week. Okay, so let me click on this week and click apply. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit so that you can also see details in case if you're from phone. So Monday the 15th, we have retail sales control group in the US, and retail sales obviously in the US is on Monday. Tuesday 16th, we have employment change in UK, and CPI in Canada, and also BOE Governor Bailey speech in UK. And technically Wednesday 17th in the morning time Asian session, there will be CPI in New Zealand. And CPI also in the UK. And BOE's Governor Bailey speech in UK also. And Thursday 18th we have employment change and unemployment rate in Australia. This may impact the market, so watch out on Thursday. And also Friday the 19th, we have retail sales in UK. This can impact the market as well. And that's it. So far looks like the biggest news to check for sure this week. Recently, unemployment rate may not really impact the market. So yeah, tomorrow retail sales in the US can be impacting. And also, let's see. Another impacting market could be CPI in Canada, and also let's see, CPI in UK also. Yeah, and also retail sales in UK. Yeah, that will be it. But this week, since this is in the middle of the month, we don't really see any big news every week, every day. So yeah, in that sense, we can technically trade based on these technical confirmations this week. Okay, so that covered the whole topics today. And also finally, as I mentioned, let me share one of the time cycle analysis on USD/JPY from one of the KTS Academy members. because this one was interesting, so I wanted to share it to everyone. So let me just open it bigger on the browser. So it's like this. So so time cycles is almost like the breadth of the market. You know, the market moves up and down, ups and downs, and it repeats over time. So it's like breathe in and out of the market. And sometimes the market breathes in and out in certain pattern. And that's basically the basic concept of time cycles. And here, this is on a daily chart again in USD/JPY. And the previous time cycles has been 26 between the lows. So that means the future low could be marked on last Friday. And last Friday closed with a pin bar, and that means this is now bullish continuously. And especially it broke the previous range and also the major resistance. So that means the candlestick on Friday can be what we call the henkabi. Henkabi means the changing date or the day of the change. So when the price is at the henkabi, that means it's either the trend reverse or trend accelerate towards the major direction. It's either one of these. When you think about the time cycles, you may think always a retracement, but it also happens as the trend continues and trend accelerates its direction. And in this case, USD/JPY, most likely this henkabi works as the trend acceleration. So I think this week will be continuously bullish unless BOJ intervenes, it's bullish. So that's one. And also from the previous low, which was on the 8th of March, there's another important number which is 33. And 33 is one of what we call Kihon Suchi. Kihon Suchi is the series of numbers like 9, 17, 26, and 33 is one of the Kihon Suchi, which is one of the most important numbers in its time cycles on Ichimoku. So the previous support, previous swing low was marked on the 8th of March, and 33 trading days after will be exactly here on the 23rd of April. So that means till the next 23rd of April, from here the market may retrace and goes up also. That's also one of the scenarios. But either way, I think the price is bullish. It may either bullish continuously this week or it consolidates or retraces until around the 23rd of April and goes bullish continuously. Right, so that's something that was interesting. So that's something I wanted to share this with you, everyone. And also what's more, when the market was consolidating or ranging before the break happens 2 weeks ago, this was also exactly on the henkabi of the 16 days. Like he mentioned, this is also another pattern of Ichimoku in terms of this Kihon Suchi. Kihon Suchi works on the cycles, on the swing highs and swing lows, and also the range breakout. You know, this was 16. And as I mentioned, one of the Kihon Suchi is 17. So 16 is very close to 17, only one candlestick difference. So sometimes if you look at the market and if you count the number of candlesticks before it breaks, it tends to be one of the Kihon Suchi here. So this time there was 16 bars of range, then it broke. So that indicates also that this market is overall has been bullish. So not only that the market broke the major resistance level of 152, but also based on these time cycles and the range breakout based on Kihon Suchi, we can also be confident that the USD JPY continuously bullish. So that's when you can apply time cycles and the range breakout to expect which way the price may go towards the new direction. So yeah, so that's something that I was interested, and I thought you'd be interested, so that's why I wanted to share this analysis with you everyone today. Okay, so that covered the whole topics I wanted to cover today. So now let me check some comments. But yeah, if you are joining a bit later today, to wrap up, I think some good markets to monitor would be, one is Euro JPY. It's bullish and about to break that resistance. And Pound JPY also looks good because it's been supported by the Tenkan Sen on the weekly, so it's bullish, and it may break the weekly trend line bullish and can reach up to 195.29. And USD was also nice because, like I mentioned last week, this can be one of the best pairs because there is no resistances up to 1.3899 and the trend is still continuous. Now we have a room of 125 pips, which is still a big room to trade. So USD also looks good, and AUD USD also looks good. This is heading down towards the support of the P wave, and AUD JPY also looking good because it's above the Tenkan Sen. The price has been supported by the Tenkan Sen on the weekly chart, so it's bullish. So as I mentioned before, I do deeper analysis based not only weekly but also the daily and 4-hour every Mondays on KTS Academy. So if you're interested, you can also join, and also you can get to learn in-depth Ichimoku strategies or knowledges in this community like this. Okay, so let me check some comments now. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Again, good to see you. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Costa, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. And thank you so much for the reminder for the like button. So if you liked it, please press the like button before you leave. That would be great. Please subscribe also, because the goal for my YouTube channel is to achieve 100K subscribers. So if you can help me, that would be great. All right, Peter, good to see you. Gabriel, thank you for joining. Samar, good to see you. Captain, thank you for joining. Photo, good to see you. Raul, thank you for joining. Elio, good to see you too. All right. Yeah, Nadim, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Euro USD is now in the P wave breakout support, so it's bearish. Yeah. Oh, Elio says Euro USD profitable. Thanks, Kay. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to hear that. Yeah, Euro USD is now trending down. Yes. Carol, good to see you. All right. Gamer Sterner, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. Welcome back here. All right. Charles says, it seems like a lot of pairs are ranging. What is your recommendation to trade next week? Oh yeah, so that's exactly what I mentioned on these blue markets, like I mentioned. Right. Bitcoin trading says Dow Jones and Nasdaq. Right. Dow Jones, like I mentioned, has retraced very heavily. So it broke the Tenkan Sen. However, this Nasdaq didn't break the Tenkan Sen yet. So Nasdaq is more bullish. It's consolidating, but it's more bullish. But Dow Jones can retrace all the way down to the weekly Kijun Sen. So now I think it's better to focus on Nasdaq to buy. Okay, Captain says vision without action is just a dream. Taking action on your vision is your reality. That's true. That's true. Yeah, very important. Yes. Okay. Yeah, easy to say and difficult to do, right? Yeah. Okay. Mo7 says, wouldn't you say that gold will go further up because the fear of war is growing? That's true, right? Fundamentally speaking, I think gold is also bullish. But from the technical viewpoint, from Ichimoku, the Kumo is too thin, so it's overbought. So that's why I said that the price may drop down to the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and after that, I think the price start to go up again. But yeah, in the long term and in fundamentally speaking, I think it's bullish. Yes. Okay, yeah, and that's my gold analysis. Okay. Susan, thanks for joining. Good to see you. Happy Sunday and hope you're doing great. Can you elaborate a bit more on how you determined that Nasdaq may become bullish in 2 weeks? Oh yeah, so I was reading the future Kijun-sen and Kumo angles. And yeah, Nasdaq is here. Right, so now Kijun-sen flat. So the most important line among all the Ichimoku lines is the Kijun-sen. Kijun-sen determines the trend, so to speak. So when Kijun-sen flat, if the price breaks Tenkan-sen, it tends to retrace, right? But if the Kijun-sen is up, that means still there's a good chance that the market continuously bullish also. Even if the price breaks the Tenkan-sen, there will be a good chance that the market goes up after this. So Kijun-sen angle becomes really important in that sense. And when Kijun-sen becomes up, most likely Senko span A will be up also. Based on the calculation of Senko span A, when Kijun-sen is up, most likely Senko span A becomes up too. Sometimes it remains flat, but most likely, most of the time, Senko span A also turns bullish. That's why I say Kijun-sen angle is the most important. And in this case, Kijun-sen is taking the high and the low for the last 26 candles. So it's either Kijun-sen angle becomes up, either when the high becomes higher, high release higher, or the low gets higher for the last 26 candles. Right. So it's either one of these situations. So if the market doesn't break that resistance, when Kijun-sen goes bullish is when low gets higher for the last 26 candles. And it happens in 2 days. And that's why I said that in 2 days, or sorry, in 2 weeks, this is on the weekly chart. So in 2 weeks, I said the market can, buyers, buy momentum can start again, and in 2 weeks onwards, there will be a potential breakout again. So that's how I read the market. Okay. Mark says, what indicator are you using? This is Ichimoku Kinko Hyo. If you're new to Ichimoku, you can check my video series on my YouTube. There is a part 1 to 5 video series in my YouTube, and also lots of other Ichimoku basic videos. So please watch those and get to know Ichimoku. Okay. Hello, John. Good to see you. All right. Business says, KTS, will you join the Robbins Trading World Cup? No, I don't. No, I don't. Yeah, I simply trade with my own strategy. And now I am studying and applying this new Keifu. Well, actually, it's not new. It was introduced long ago. But to apply it, this is my next challenge, next topic in my trading career, to apply Keifu and trade on it, trade with it this year. So that's what I'm doing the most right now. All right. Hello, Tony Gold. Good to see you. And Charles, you're welcome. Costa says, can you tell me, Kay, does the time cycle work with 4 hour and 1 hour? No, it doesn't work in 4 hour and 1 hour. Well, it may work, but it works better, much better and the best on the daily time frame or higher time frames. Basically, this applies to any market, but the more you go lower time frames, the more it becomes spiky and choppy. So you will see more stable ups and downs on the weekly or the daily time frames. You see more clear N waves on the daily charts. That's why it's easier to use time cycles. But let's say if you apply 4-hour or 1-hour time frame, then sometimes you see like two tops at the same area, or two bottoms, on the same area, and sometimes there's a long week due to news, and it may be difficult to apply time cycles or Ichimoku theories. Basically, you can apply it, but it may be difficult. Sometimes the market does not respect those Kihon Suchi or Henkabi in the lower time frames. So I recommend to use it on the daily or higher time frames in this reason. Okay, yeah, let's see. One out said, hi Kay, happy Sunday. If price breaks a bullish Kumo, could the Kumo cloud to the downside, does that confirm that the uptrend is over? It's not actually. Uptrend becomes over when there is a Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross. That's when bullish trend is over. And Chikou span breakout of the candlestick happens, then the Kumo breakout. So Kumo breakout means there is a trend reverse. So Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen dead cross means it's the end of the bullish trend, and the end of the bullish trend does not mean that the market goes bearish, right? After the end of the bullish trend, usually consolidates. It becomes range. And the Chikou span breaks out of the candlestick means that the market is getting ready to bearish trend, and the Kumo breakout will be the sign of the new downtrend. So that's the right step of how to read the trend reverse by Ichimoku signals. Okay. Yeah, Costa, you're welcome. Okay, so yeah, that covered the whole topics for today. So I think I will finish the live. But looks like the markets are active recently, especially in the month of April. I found the markets to be active. So if you haven't traded yet, I think this is good timing to trade and good timing to focus on your trades or practice. So let's see how the market goes, for the next week or in the month of April. And also we have some big news this week, but I don't think, I will say like few of these big news can impact the market, like CPI. So always keep an eye on these news, as one of these big news can impact and it can change the whole market direction. So it's always better to stay away before these big news. That's also really important in terms of this risk management. Okay. Oh, I see one more comment. Anush says, is there any way to guess whether the price will bounce back from the Kumo or pass through it and change the current trend? When the Kumo thin, then the price tends to break the Kumo easily. But when the Kumo thick, usually it doesn't break, or it takes time to break. So you can check the momentum on the Kumo breakout by checking the thickness of the Kumo. Okay, so yeah, again, thank you very much for joining today, and I hope you have the great rest of your weekend, and I hope to see you again soon. So until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now, everyone. Mata ne. Thank you very much.